welcome, Aibon. We're going to focus on adverbial clauses with because of, right? An adverbial phrase contains either a noun or a noun phrase instead of a finite verb. Let's have a look at it. I always feel exhausted because I work long hours. How it would look like is, I always feel exhausted because of my long working hours. So here you have it along with the finite verb, and this one here is along with the noun phrase, right? So you could use because of along with a noun or a noun phrase instead of a finite verb, right? So instead of work, you could use it because of my long hours. Okay, because of my long working hours. The next one, an adverbial phrase beginning with because of is often, an adverbial phrase beginning with because of often contains, let's have a look at it, a noun, adjective plus noun, or an article plus noun. Okay, we became stronger because of hardship. So you have a noun there. You have an adjective plus a noun. We became strong because of hardship. What kind of hardship? Severe hardship. Therefore, this is the adjective, this is the noun. Then you have the article plus the noun, right? They ran to a shade because of the rain. Now this can be simple B. It doesn't need to be capital B because it's in the middle of a sentence, right? They ran to a shade because of the rain. The plus the noun. Now, if an adverbial clause is beginning with because of, it often, it's not always, it's most of the time, it has a noun, or it has an adjective plus a noun, or it has an article plus a noun. The next one, it could even have an article plus an adjective plus a noun. Okay? They ran to a shade. Please put that as a simple B because we don't need a capital B in the middle of the sentence, right? They ran to a shade because of the terrible rain. So because of, rain is the noun. What kind of rain? Terrible rain. And you have the article there. So you have it with a article plus an adjective plus a noun. It also contains a possessive pronoun plus a noun. He won his battle because of his determination. Okay, so his is a possessive pronoun. Now we've done nouns in the beginner level as well, right? So at the advanced level, I've not done the different types of nouns, but I've done it at the beginner level. So if you're not sure about that, you can go to the beginner level and refer it. Okay. So what you need to remember is that when an adverbial phrase is beginning with because of, it can often contain a noun, or it can contain an adjective plus a noun. It could have an article plus a noun. It could have an article plus an adjective plus a noun. It could have a possessive pronoun plus a noun. here are some other variations. It could have, this is the same one, right? A possessive pronoun plus an adjective plus a noun. So before one, we said it's got a possessive pronoun plus a noun. So for that noun, you have an adjective, okay? He won his battle because of his great determination. So determination is a noun. What determination? Great determination. So you have an adjective and then you have the possessive pronoun. Then of course you have the article or the possessive pronoun plus the adjective plus the noun ending with ing, okay? So she fled from the battlefield because of the fierce fighting. So here you can have the article or the possessive pronoun. So here you have the article the, right? What kind of fighting? Fierce fighting. So fierce is the adjective, fight is the noun. So the noun along with the ing, fighting. So there's a lot of rules here. Let's go back and have a look at them again. So an adverbial phrase beginning with because often contains different forms. One is that it could have a noun. Secondly, that noun could be described more. So you could have an adjective plus a noun. Third one is that you can have an article plus a noun. The next one is that you can have an article. To explain the noun more, you could have an adjective plus the noun. You could have a possessive pronoun plus a noun. So the moment you have a noun at the end, you could have a possessive pronoun. To explain the noun better, you have an adjective plus the noun. The last variation is that you could have the article or the possessive pronoun plus the adjective plus the noun ending with ing. Now, an adverbial clause beginning with because of answers the question why. Okay, why? Because of, right? Why you late? Because of, because what? Okay. So why have they become selfish? Because of their power and wealth. Right? So when you ask the question, why did they become selfish? Because of their power and wealth. So you would put it in a sentence. They became selfish because of their power and wealth. So let us have a look at the next one. Why is B correct? And why is 1A wrong? People object because of they are inconsiderate. People object because of they are. Now you have to have the possessive pronoun, not they. Okay? Because they are inconsiderate can't. But people object because of their inconsideration. That's fine. Okay? So remember that structure. So you can't have this one, but you can have the possessive pronoun. So therefore, 1B is correct. Why is 2B correct and 2A wrong? He is liked because of he is kind. Again, that's wrong. You don't say he. He is possessive pronoun because of his kindness. So, because you have the possessive pronoun, that is correct. Tick the correct sentences. So while I'm reading it, jot down the answers in your notebook. Which sentences are correct? He treasured the diamond necklace because of his sentimental value. Crime was common because of crushing poverty. She trusted because of her good behavior. Sorry, she is trusted. She is trusted because of her good behavior. His case has been given priority because of its urgent. Many accidents happen because of carelessness. I was refused entry because of didn't bring my ticket. Many marriages have separated because of jealous. We liked him because of the common sense of his approach. I'm sorry I can't buy that because of have no money. Shop owners sometimes fail because of overzealous selling. So think about which ones are correct. Let us have a look at the answers together now. He treasured the diamond necklace because of his sentimental value. No, not his sentimental value, because of its sentimental value. So that's wrong. Crime was common because of crushing poverty. Yes, okay. So we've got that correct. Think about those structures. Contains which one? You have to think about it. She is trusted because of her good behavior. Yes, definitely correct. His case has been given priority because of its urgent. No. Many accidents happen because of carelessness. Yes, that's correct. I was refused entry because of didn't bring my ticket. Completely wrong in terms of grammar. Many marriages have separated because of jealous, not jealous, jealousy. We liked him because of the common sense of his approach. I think that's perfectly fine with the structure. I'm sorry I can't buy that because of have no money. Wrong. Shop owners sometimes fail because of overzealous selling. Perfectly fine. Alright, let's have a look at the next activity. Now this is similar. We've done a few like this. Rearrange the words to complete the sentences. She felt distress because ceaseless of the rain. They got into conflict because behavior unethical of their. Now I don't know why there's a question mark there, but definitely we don't need that, okay? He was appointed because competence, discipline, he's in of the. We lost and because fall in money of prices, share unforeseen. She withered the storm because faith of firmness the yaw. People get lost because entirely of maps inaccurate. So I hope you have paused the video and written the answers. Let us discuss the answers together. She felt distressed. You have to give the reason why, right? Because of the ceaseless rain. That means it wasn't stopping, it was completely raining all the time. Number 2, they got into conflict because of their unethical behavior. Third one, he was appointed because of his competence in the discipline. Question number 4. We lost because fall in money of prices Shayan seen. We lost money because of an unforeseen, is a slight spelling error there. Okay, it should be unforeseen, right? Unforeseen fall in share prices. Next one, she withered the storm because of the firmness of your faith. And the last one, people get lost because of entirely inaccurate maps. Alright, so I hope you've completed all the answers and you've marked them. If there was any mistake, please make sure you correct it in your notebooks. Right, let us have a look at the next one. Circle the correct letter or the letters. Now here, you know either one or two or all three sentences could be correct. Let's have a look at it. They like the place because of its restful. They like the place because of its restfulness. They like the place because it's restful. Okay, so think about it. Should you use because of or because? We've selected her because of our originality. We've selected her because of the originality of her work. We've selected her because of his original work. Think about it. Humans are ruining the planet because of greed. Humans are ruining the planet because of they are greedy. Humans are ruining the planet because of their greediness. She postponed her shopping because of the rain. She postponed her shopping because of the rainy weather. She postponed her shopping because of rainy. This author's narratives are memorable because of their realism. This author's narratives are memorable because of realistic. This author's narratives are memorable because they are realistic. So let's have a look at the answers. They like the place because of its restful. Not really okay. They like the place because of its restfulness. Fine. They like the place because it's restful. So again, fine, right? Possessive pronoun plus a noun, right? And here you have to have a look at the form. It's restful. Because it's restful. This is not because of, this is with the because rule, right? So B and C are both correct. We've selected her because of our originality. No, you don't select her because it's not the possessive pronoun. We've selected her because of the originality of her work. That's fine. We've selected her because of his original work. No, but if you had her here, if you had her instead, you could take it as a correct form. We've selected her because of her original work, but because there's his, it would only be B. Next one. Humans are ruining the planet because of greed. Humans are ruining the planet because of their greedy. Humans are ruining the planet because of their greediness. So A and C in terms of the structure are correct. B is wrong. She postponed her shopping because of the rain. Fine. She postponed her shopping because of the rainy weather. Fine. She postponed her shopping because of rainy. No, definitely wrong structure. So A and B are correct. Next one. The author's narratives are memorable because of their realism, because it's quite real. Fine. Because of realistic? No. Because they are realistic? Yes. So A and C are fine. Right. Fill the blanks with the correct words in the boxes. So you need to pick and choose which one is the correct one. They had to pawn their necklace because of pressing need or because of pressing needy? Because of pressing need. She lost her best colleague because of pride. He'll be successful because he's gifted, because of he's gifted. Because he's gifted. We have done because before this. So you need to remember that rule as well, right? And when you're saying because of, you're answering why, right? We lost reliance in them because of our irresponsibility or their one? Their irresponsibility. They failed because of the weakness of their justification. They failed because of weakness. So you have to say because of the weakness. This is with the article. The children grew tired because of prolonged traveling, or would you say the children grew tired because of prolonged travel? So the most appropriate one is that the children grew tired because of prolonged travel. Remember when to use the ing form, right? My mother loves moonstones because they are soft glow, or because of their soft glow. It should be because of. He gave away the novel because of its boring content or their boring content. Book means its. You have to write the possessive pronoun. It's boring content. The meeting broke up early because of a bitter exchange of words or bitter exchange. It should be the meeting broke up early because of a bitter exchange of words. I hated the queen in the folk tale because of her evil deeds, she evil deeds. It has to be with the possessive pronoun, because of her evil deeds. Right, so we've completed that activity. Let us have a look at the next one. Rewrite the sentences correctly using adverbial phrases with because of, right? She didn't hike with us because of she afraid of leeches. Now, that's not correct. How would you correct it? He's rather spoiled because he's doting parents. You don't feel the pressure because of you enormously zestful. My sister is inactive because of I am unable to inspire her. He failed miserably because of he had a witless plan. We must stop it because of its potential destructive. Right, so I think you would have completed it by now. Let us have a look at the answers together. Right, so let us have a look at the first one. She didn't hike with us because of she didn't hike with us because of her fear of leeches. Second one, he's rather spoiled because of his doting parents. Third one, you don't feel the pressure because of your enormous zest. The fourth one, my sister is inactive because of my inability to inspire her. Fifth one, he failed miserably because of a witless plan. Last one, we must stop it because of its potential destructiveness. Or you can write it as we must stop it because of its potential for destruction. So I think that activity we've completed together. Let us have a look at the last activity here. Rewrite the paragraph, changing the adverbial clauses into adverbial phrases. My trip to your country was wonderful because you carefully chose the places to take me. The jungle is my all-time favorite because it is unique. I'll always remember its night sounds because they are mysterious. I'm sorry the deer that came to our tent ran off because I gasped in wonder at seeing it. I also remember the folk dancers because they are enchantingly graceful. Last but not least, I'll come again soon because I long for the delicious food. This is an extract from Grammar Builder. Let us write it together. If you need time, please pause the video and do it on your own, right? Let's have a look at the answer. So, my trip to your country was wonderful because of your careful choice of the places to take me. The jungle is my all-time favorite because of its uniqueness. I'll always remember its night sounds because of their mystery. I'm sorry, the deer that came to our tent ran off because of my gasp at seeing it. I also remember the folk dancers because of I also remember the folk dances because of their enchanting grace. Last but not least, I'll come again soon because of my longing, the delicious food. Alright, so hopefully you've also rewritten the paragraph as it is. Now going back to what we have done in this lesson, right? There was quite a few things that you needed to remember in this one, right? So first thing is that it contains either a noun or a noun phrase instead of a finite verb. The second rule was when a noun phrase is beginning with because of, it would often have a noun, or it would have an adjective and a noun. It would have an article plus a noun. It could have an article plus an adjective plus a noun. It could have a possessive pronoun plus a noun. It could have a possessive pronoun plus an adjective plus a noun. Or it could have an article or a possessive pronoun plus an adjective or a noun ending with ing, right? And then of course, we had a look at lots of practice questions. So I think with that, you have a clear understanding as to what adverbial clauses are along with the use of because of. So So that brings us to the end of the lesson. Adverbial clauses with because of.